So my paper is looking at a conceptual framework for evaluating green fiscal reforms. It's taking into account both the environmental reforms as well as the efficiency aspects, equity, administrative, and trying to come up with a framework to help policymakers make the right choices as they consider different reforms. So the first and most important is that an environmental fiscal reform really needs to address environmental problems. That means, among other things, getting the prices of energy right and internalizing externalities. So eliminating fossil fuel subsidies is an important thing to be focusing on, as well as including in the price of driving or the price of commodities the various negative externalities, so that people are facing the true social cost of the goods and services that they consume. Now that's the first consideration, but the second policy implication to come out of the research is that green fiscal reforms give fiscal flexibility to governments. It gives them revenue with which they can address any number of problems in government or concerns. And the real policy implication that I want to be sure people understand is that countries can customize a green fiscal reform to meet their particular needs. So some countries will emphasize using environmental revenues to address distributional concerns. Other countries will want to address efficiency considerations. Clearly, the ability to collect taxes is important, and this varies from country to country. But again, green fiscal reforms can be customized to meet the individual needs of individual countries. The main knowledge gap, I think, is our assessment and evaluation of reforms that have been put in place. We need to somehow institutionalize ex post evaluations, ex post meaning after the fact, evaluations that really can tell us whether the reform was effective, whether it did what it promised to do, and if not, how can we tweak it to make it work better. Now there are a couple of ways we can do this. Academic researchers have terrific tools with which they can assess policy reforms, but they need data to do that. So step one is collecting the data. And whether it's the World Bank or the Green Growth Knowledge Platform working through its partners to collect data, partnering with governments, that's an important first step. The second step is to institutionalize evaluation into the policy process so that governments routinely are assessing what they're doing for effectiveness and then being willing and able to learn from those lessons and tweak the policies moving forward to improve them.